Our next speaker is Kelsey Hawkins Johnson. Kelsey is Community Outreach Coordinator for Groundwork Ohio River Valley. Groundwork Ohio River Valley develops community-based partnerships that empower people, businesses, and organizations to promote environmental, economic, and social well-being.
Hello, my name is Kelsey. I am with Groundwork Ohio River Valley. We are an environmental nonprofit based in Lower Price Hill, where we work with youth, as well as we do environmental restoration work, as well as we have a green team, Green Corps, who do urban restoration and conservation work in the community. And so with Groundwork, we employ youth as well as young adults to build and become in green careers. And we also, when we work with youth, we work with them who are left behind in the environmental movement. And so with Groundwork, we have many ways and opportunities for universities as well as students and faculty to be involved within our work. And so one of the programs that we have is youth development. We also have climate resiliency programs. And then lastly, we have citizen science. In the below graph is our fieldwork dashboard, which was created actually by a University of Cincinnati alum, Sarah Morgan, who is our GIS manager. And we also have interns from DAP who are working to update that fieldwork dashboard. And so today I'm going to talk about our programs and ways for engagement for not just university students, but also researchers and faculty who may be interested in volunteering or being more engaged within our work. And so first off, I just want to explain the Green Team program. And so the Green Team is for high schoolers between the ages of 14 and 18 who get prepared in a field of conservation and in the green workforce. And so on the left side here is students who went to Yellowstone National Park as a part of their work. And so they not only work, they also gain skills in natural resource management. They learn how to build bridges and trails. And so it was an opportunity for youth who were not able to go to a national park for the first time to be able to get this experience. They were also led by our youth leader and youth leader assistants who I'll be talking more about here. And so what we like to say is, conservation work is justice work. And when it comes to the Green Team, there is a lot of intersecting parts. And so there's income. So we pay our youth to do trail building, they do gardening work, also urban agriculture, as well as our Green Learning Center in Madisonville. And so this is a paid opportunity for them to work within their community, as well as to gain the skills of being employed and what it's like to work in the green sector. And again, there's an opportunity for that, and then equity. A lot of the youth that we work with are not so much in the environmental movement. They're most likely left behind. And so this is an opportunity to introduce them through environmental education to the conservation field and to the environment. So no one is left behind. And so that's where equity comes in. So for ways to engage, so youth leader and youth leader assistants, these are they most likely are our university students, and they work with the youth to go to sites such as Cincinnati Zoo and great parks, and they work with them and support their development. They teach their environmental education. And so on the right-hand side is Jada, who is actually a university alum from Northern Kentucky, and she is a youth leader. She also started off with Groundwork as an intern. And so there's many ways to become an intern as well as work as a youth leader and youth leader assistant. If working in the field in natural resource management, as well as with youth, is something that you're interested in. Another one of our programs is the Green Corps. And so our Green Corps is for ages 18 to 24, and these are our young adults. And so we'd like to say it's like a step up from Green Team. So the Green Team, they do trail building and community gardening, but for the Green Corps, they do more construction, more labor intensive work, such as dealing with tractors, as well as more labor intensive work through like invasive species removal. And so they also get certifications within green infrastructure. So that looks like clean water certification. They also permaculture certification as well. And so there's opportunities if you're not ready for like college or like just getting ready for that, then this is the opportunity to build more of your skills as well as learn and work on a team within this program. Next one of our programs is our Blue Team. So like to say, this is more of like our citizen science team, and this is in partnership with the Little Miami Conservancy. So we had students work on the Blue Team to do water quality monitoring of the Little Miami River. And they worked with SONS, which is in the photo here, where they were able to pick up like particle matter and different water particles that are in a Little Miami. And then lastly, one of our other programs that is in like the citizen science field is air quality. And we've had UC students recently do installations within Lower Price Hill. And this is in partnership with Cincinnati Children's as well as the Euler Community Learning Center, where they were able to install and do and monitor the air quality systems. And this was, so UC students, they were part of a environmental justice class who is partnering with Groundwork to introduce the students to community work in regards to environmental justice. And so over here is AJ, who helped out Tori and Jada, and they're both also university alums, and also they started off as interns. So if this is like the route that you're interested in, such as an internship or volunteering, there are multiple ways to be plugged in for that. And then next, I wanted to talk about Climate Safe Neighborhoods. So Climate Safe Neighborhoods is in partnership with the Office of Environment Sustainability, Green Umbrella, and then the University of Cincinnati, who is doing data and evaluation of our Lower Price Hill Climate Advisory Group, and then our Bond Hill and Roselawn Climate Advisory Group. So Climate Safe Neighborhoods, the mission is to advance resident voices in regards to climate resiliency, as well as to talk about and discuss institutionalized racism and how that connects with the climate crisis as well. And so we're thankful for our partnership with the University of Cincinnati, who is doing evaluation on this. And Dr. Carly Trott and her team is the one who is doing that. It's very beneficial to know the impact of the Climate Advisory Group process. And then here we have pictured university students from DAP who participated in the Lower Price Hill tree planting, as well as a map of like Lower Price Hill and what does that look like in particular. So we have worked with university students who volunteered, and also in the picture here is Kyle, who is an intern with us. And I also had the pleasure of working with Kyle to go to a national park up in Chillicothe with youth for a field trip. And so in regards to Climate Safe Neighborhoods in Lower Price Hill, the Lower Price Hill Climate Advisory Group, which is a paid focus group of residents who are dedicated to their community, who want to see change, and who are interested in creating a climate resiliency plan. That's what just came out of this. And so with the Lower Price Hill Climate Advisory Group, they identified the lack of trees within their area. And so not only are we working with the Lower Price Hill Community Council to implement more tree canopy in Cincinnati parks, but we also have worked on the ground with residents in the Lower Price Hill Green Team, as well as students, to implement the trees within the community. And this was through the Relief program with the Cincinnati parks. And also we had a community service day with Xavier University at our Green Learning Center. So there are multiple ways of like volunteering, and that could look like community gardening, working with raised beds, or tree planting through our climate resiliency projects. And then I would like to also note this was created by our GIS manager, Sarah. And lastly, I want to talk about from citizen science to student planning. So here on the left-hand side, we have World Town Planning Day. This was also in collaboration with Green Umbrella and the American Planning Association, and there were students from Miami University and the University of Cincinnati planning department who came to this event to learn more about the Roseland Bond Hill Climate Advisory Group and create a plan in regards to the different topics that were talked about. So some of the topics was food systems, green space, as well as sustainable infrastructure. We also have here on the right-hand side, Listen, Lead, Share in Avondale. So I also had the pleasure of working with university students who, part of the environmental justice class, participate in a Listen, Lead, Share. And this picture was actually taken from a university student. And when I worked with the students, they took notes as well as engaged with the residents about environmental justice and clean energy within a community. So there are ways for students to plug in, but also faculty and planners and professionals to be a part of the climate resiliency projects and plans that we're working on in collaboration with OES and Green Umbrella. And so I just want to conclude that there are multiple ways of engagement, as well as, and that looks like volunteering as well as employment. So Jada, Tori, a lot of our interns, they were university students. They were employed by Groundwork, and we also have youth leader and youth leader assistants who are also employed through Groundwork to lead our youth development programs. And so if you have any questions, or if you would like to get more involved with our youth development programs, be involved with our climate resiliency projects, research, as well as with citizen science that we have with the Blue Team and air quality, feel free to contact me. I have my information here on the slide, as well as follow us on social media and our newsletter. We also tend to post extra volunteer opportunities and other ways of engagement.